Hello everyone, I have been gone because I have been suffering some electrical issues. I've had rolling blackouts, which has been very odd, and it's only come about during this whole coronavirus crisis, if we can call it that. In addition, I had storms as well that continued to knock out the power, and with the whole crisis situation, the local government is very slow in their responses to everything that they do. So to get the transformers back on, that was slow, and the blackouts themselves and the power surges ended up ruining some of the electrical components in my house, which had to be replaced multiple times over the past month, which has been a constant pain, knocking out my AC unit, which as the temperature continues to get hotter and hotter heading into the summer, that was definitely not a comfortable thing, but nonetheless, I finally have got the power back to a stable point to where I can actually start making videos. And all of this entire panic pandemic has created a scenario where work for people like me or everybody out there has been insanely hard to get. Nobody wants to work. Everybody is scared. The fear has set in. The fear that I talked about has set in. The agenda is working to, I'd say, probably a 95% degree. People have fallen for the scam. It's almost like there was a lot of people on the fence about government manipulations and agendas, and as soon as they figured out the right formula, they were able to get most of the fence setters to join the side of at least semi-trusting the government enough to follow their orders when it comes to something like a pandemic, which is not a real pandemic, but because the United States and the UN stated so through the World Health Organization, the entire world is following suit, which is very disappointing because even countries like China and Russia, etc., are also following suit to at least some extent. When this thing is a scam, I'm not saying that it's not a real virus. I'm not saying that it's not really killing people, but in no way, shape, or form is it nearly as bad as anyone is making it out to be. I'd suggest watching some of these corporate report videos, such as What's Up with the Italian Mortality Rate, and he's got a couple other ones, The Greatest Depression and The Totally Spontaneous Health Worker Balcony one. That one's also a good one. And TM Films has collected a lot of the media manipulation with what seems like blatant actors, like with some of these shooting cases and these false flags. And I'm not afraid to say this because this video is probably going to get taken down anyway, but a lot of these shooting cases are false flags, and this is a worldwide false flag. This is the biggest false flag that I've ever seen since 9/11. And just with the wide scale and how many countries are involved with this one, it is the biggest. Because all it takes is a few organizations, a few people at the top to tell you that this is what it is, and then all of a sudden everyone is following suit. Because the only way to determine that you have said coronavirus, because its symptoms are so similar to the common flu and other illnesses, you have to have a test kit that they send to the CDC, and then just a handful of doctors picks and chooses who has coronavirus according to the results, or if they choose to manipulate said results, and then send it back. So you get all these actors coming out and saying, oh, I got coronavirus. It would be so easy to pick the celebrities, and the people you know would be very vocal about it and supportive of a government agenda that only has a sniffle or a light cough, and tell them they have coronavirus, and they will push your agenda for you. You don't even have to pay people off. It's a very, very easy way to manipulate people, because people are going to trust their celebrities and their figures that they see on TV on a daily basis. They're going to trust those people, and they have figured us out. They are controlling us through our fear. And the biggest thing is this Orwellian system that they're using to turn people against each other. They're using the shame, the guilt, you're going to get this person sick. Oh, you might be healthy, but you're going to get this person or that old person sick, even though they're probably going to get sick and die based on the statistics from a similar disease such as the common flu anyway. And that's what you can find out in that corporate report video. And the same doctors that were claiming 2.2 million people were going to die, but they lowered it down to 20,000, which is lower than the common flu. And they said even of those 20,000, most of them would have died from the flu anyway. You can find that out from those people, the same people that are being touted around on the mainstream media and picked and chosen and cherry-picked. And they don't even tell you how exposure to different diseases actually improves most people's immunity and prevents them from getting many viruses, and how self-isolation is counterproductive. Like, everybody forgot what biology is all of a sudden. And everybody turned into this expert on viruses all of a sudden because they watch one Fox News or CNN article or listen to their favorite celebrity talk about it and how you need to wear a mask and this and that and self-isolate and how you're wrong for not doing it. It has been an insane, very disgusting, very nauseating experience to see everybody so manipulated. 90 to 95% of the people are completely bought in. They believe it. And even if they don't fully believe it, they don't have faith enough in their own beliefs to stand for their rights or stand for whatever imaginary rights we thought we had. Because this is proof that the second we slip up on maintaining our rights, they take it away. They're instantly taking it away. And they will take this as far as we let them. If they force mandatory quarantines, we're letting them do it. They're going to continue to do it. It's going to be a yearly thing, then a monthly thing. And then they're going to do mandatory vax and mandatory registrations. And then if you don't do this, you can't get a job or you can't purchase different things. They're going to do whatever they can to control you. And if you don't believe me, oh well, it's going to happen anyway. Just watch it happen. The very people that they're touting around on the mainstream media now are the ones that are pushing and enforcing these policies, such as Bill Gates. These are things that they said. This isn't just crazy conspiracy theorists coming up with these things. These are these rich, cynical fucks putting those ideas out there and trying to make them a reality through these COVID-19 crisis while they're simultaneously dropping the economy. Because this economy had to crash at some point because of all the quantitative easing and the inflation, because our dollar has no value beyond it being a world reserve currency and used for purchasing and selling oil, which is why we maintain our military dominance in the Middle East and continue to do all these oil wars, because without us having control of that oil there, all of a sudden there is no value behind the dollar at all. And China has been slowly taking that over. So as all of that happens, why not make the entire world suffer? And then all the tyrannical figures inside these governments are going to take advantage and gain more power, gain more control over the people so they can manipulate and maintain their dominance. Plain and simple. A lot of people are too good-hearted and they don't see the evil that is lurking just around the corner. People with these evil, tyrannical mindsets gravitate towards power. It's just the nature of things. And if you don't keep that power in check, this is what you have. This is literally Orwell's dreams. The whole thought police, we are the thought police. They're turning us against each other, like I said. Using others on social media to shame others for not self-quarantining or doing what the government exactly tells you to do. And if you think they're going to stop there, just wait until they hit one of your own personal belief systems, which crosses that line which you're not willing to pass, such as forced vax or abortions or any number of belief systems you could possibly have. Once it crosses that line and you finally say, oh, wait, no, never mind, I don't want that anymore, it's too late, because you're going to be socially annexed if you don't go along with the plan. This is what I've been warning people about for years, but they're gladly following it. They're laying down the red carpet for tyranny step by step, because it's hidden under good intentions of saving people or saving lives. And people are just too sheeped, too mind-controlled, too indoctrinated to see the reality of the situation. And honestly, I don't know what to do about it other than to continue to point out the truth. As long as I have a voice, eventually what I'm saying right now will be 100% illegal, because they're already publicly shaming anyone that doesn't 100% toe the tagline. It's just a matter of time. But as always, I will continue to keep my eyes open. I will continue to make videos as long as that's still available. Can't guarantee how long that will be. And if you do want to support me, especially in these hard times, I know it's hard. I know a lot of you don't have money, but if you do and you're able to, just know that supporting me allows me to combat this bullshit where so many are afraid to step it up. Continue to keep your eyes open. And as always, this has been Tyranny Unmasked.